Hello and welcome to everybody to yet another The Bridge Live. With me today we have Pritish Raj, Abhijit Nair, and Shudipto Biswas joining in from various parts of the country. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi,
Yeah,
Shane.
hi,
Thank
hi,
you.
Shane. Thank you.
Yes, and today's live is going to be about the India Open, which has already commenced in the national capital of New Delhi. Today is day two, the first day of the event, in fact, and Pritish, as a matter of fact, is at the venue right now as we speak. He's just witnessed the Satwik Chirag match as well. So we'll have all the updates for you, for all of those who are watching. First impressions of the first day so far, Pritish, since you are there.
Yeah, Indian shuttlers are looking a bit rusty, but I think Sindhu won and Satwik Chirag just lost their second game, but I believe they'll win the first game. Yeah, Trisha and Gayatri were a disappointment, given they just became world number 9. It was a game they could have won, but again, it felt that they are still kind of getting over the rustiness or probably just travel jet lag from Malaysia. I don't know. But overall, a decent turnout also, and good performance from Sindhu, who kind of elevated the day, and audience got what they wanted. So yeah, overall, it's a decent start.
Just one quick thing, if you could take us through the remaining matches for the day, just for the convenience of the audience members who are watching.
Yeah, so I think this is the last major Indian action of the day. Kidambi Shrikant was supposed to play, but he has given walkover. And what it looks like to me is that last minute confirmation didn't work and he couldn't reach Delhi on time, is what I believe is there. So, like this is the last major Indian action. And after that, we have one doubles player, Sai Pratik is playing in the men's doubles. And apart from that, the last game is a good game. The Alex Lanier, the French youngster, will take on Kumlavat Dudutsa. So I think that will be the last game of the day. So majorly, these are couple of more games left of with major stars in action.
And how is the crowd turnout at the stadium as we speak? Are there a lot of people, or is it because it's a weekday, it's a lesser crowd today?
I mean, it's a crowd which I expected on first day, but despite the fact that the tickets are for money, like earlier it used to be free passes, but despite the paid ticketing thing, I think it's a decent crowd, and I think as the days passes by, people are going to come, and the good thing is that crowd is coming for all the international stars also, not just Indian stars. So you know. If Victor plays, he's gonna get cheer. Abhijit knows that when Victor plays in India, there is quite a bit of cheering and quite a bit of creative chanting from the crowd. So yeah, that's there. Like just the French brothers, Christo Popov and Toma Popov played, and they had really good support also. So yeah, so the crowd is decent. I think it will get better as the days come.
Yes, so a lot of stuff to unpack from the tournament that has just kicked off in New Delhi. Since we are talking about the crowd and the ticketing system, it's probably the right time to mention that this is the first time in the competition's history that there is an online paid ticketing system that the Badminton Association of India has introduced for this year's event. So far, the event, which was previously a Super 300 event, if you guys would remember, it is now a Super 750 event, so a lot more prestige attached to it as well. And for the first time in the competition's history, fans will have to pay a certain amount of money, and they can get their tickets online as well, which also has been done keeping in mind the 2026 World Championships, of course. So yeah, that is a major change, but to compensate for that, there is another controversy, little bit of a controversy that is brewing regarding the broadcast, the lack of broadcast rather for the India Open. So we've had a lot of discussion on online forums, on online platforms, Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube, etc. Because the BWF live stream, as I understand, has been geo blocked in India, right? And there's no live telecast for the event as we speak. So, how do you guys see this dichotomy? On one hand, we have fans coming in hordes, buying tickets online, but there's no online OTT telecast of the event as we speak. Abhijit, your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's honestly very sad that people can't see Satwik Chirag play on TV as they're playing right now. But this problem has been around since a long time. This is not the first time it is happening. Even in the past, I mean, I think the entire last season also, I think it was Geo who had the rights, and the tournament telecast used to start from the round of 16 or the quarterfinals onward. The first couple of days, there used to be no broadcast, and you had to rely on somehow geo blocking the BWF stream to watch the action. So it's been there. I think it will be something which will improve with the coming years. They have introduced the ticketing system this time around. Hopefully, from the next time we see badminton action live from the very first day. That's all I can say about this. I mean, yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah, wishful thinking from our part as fans and journalists as well, because it takes a lot of effort to cover events like this when there's no broadcast, right? But yeah, moving on to the actual event itself, let's start with the comeback of PV Sindhu. This is going to be her first event since her wedding, a huge event. In fact, she was uh, she will be looking to start the year on a high after giving the Malaysia Open a miss. So, Shudito, your take on PV Sindhu's prospects at the India Open this time around?
Yeah, so PB Sindhu, it was not an easy win, but the opponent Shu Yun Sung has given her a good competition today. But still, PB Sindhu is making a comeback after the Syed Modi India International, and that tournament she won, and that was her first World Tour title since 2022. Singapore Open title was the last one. So considering everything, her form and everything, she got a new coach, and she she actually started training under a new coach, and she will be training in a group instead of training individually. But the fact that she is unlikely to face any struggle in the second round, because the opponent is not really well-known opponents. But at the same time, we need to keep in mind that Manami Suiju, she defeated the Canadian opponent Wingsu Zhang, convincingly, 21-5, 21-8. So this would be the opponent of PB Sindhu in the next round. And given the credentials of PB Sindhu, it won't be a very difficult match. And we are expecting her to move to the quarterfinal. And in the quarterfinal, we may expect some challenges, because she will be up against the uh, Olympic bronze medalist Gregoria Mariska Tunjung, the Indonesian player, and she is really talented, skillful, and she will test PV Sindhu a lot in that game. And we would like to see, and probably, whether PV Sindhu is really back in the game, or she still needs time to regain her form and fitness. We'll get to see that in that match. So at the moment, we can think about that match only. So if she wins, then she will go deeper into the tournament.
Yes, yes. There's a lot of Indian representation at the India Open this time around, and there's a lot of talking points that we can speak about. Just for a little bit of context to all of those who are watching, the last time that an Indian won the India Open, it was, of course, a level three event, and it was also played behind closed doors. This was back in 2022, and Lakshya Sen had won the men's singles title, and Satwik Chirag had won the men's doubles title, if I'm not wrong. So this time around, they will be looking to have an encore performance of that particular edition. What are your thoughts on Lakshya Sen and Satwik Chirag's game plan, especially Satwik Chirag, because they had a disappointing semi-final exit at the Malaysia Open, Pritesh?
Yeah, so I think Satwik doesn't look 100% to me. Satwik still is struggling with all the smashes he's doing. So the shoulder looks little too stiff. And, Lakshya, I'm not sure about. Lakshya has been very on and off. And Lakshya has been like, he plays well, he gives you hope, then he messes up. So I don't really know how to put Lakshya in that prediction thing. So, but yeah, Satwik Chirag is what everybody is looking forward to. And Sindhu also looked little rusty. But first game of the year, there was a break, and obviously, like it was a long break for us. But she did pretty well to, save the game points and then win. And especially, I really like the bit then when she fall back, she started really increase the tempo. Her shots got powerful, and the opponent was unable to return those shots. So really positive signs in terms of gameplay. You can see that new coach is working on a couple of things. Similarly with Tan Kim Har also, like what I observed before coming on this live, the defense was little bit better, but again, they should win this match. As far as the score is concerned, they are leading in the third game. So really hopeful that they win this game because a lot of audience and a lot of hopes are dependent on Satwik Chirag at the moment.
Yes, they are the undoubted stars of Indian badminton right now, probably even ahead of PV Sindhu as far as current form is concerned. So yeah, a lot of hopes on resting on Satvik Chirag's shoulders. Speaking about PV Sindhu, another important and interesting thing that has happened over the past couple of days is the Puma campaign that she has been a part of. There's been a lot of discourse around. A lot of people were confused what that was about, but now that she has gone in with an all new kit which was debuted in this particular match, any thoughts on that particular incident and how that campaign has shaped up? Because I don't remember the last time a badminton player had this much attention from an international brand, and that too ahead of such a big event. Abhijit, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was very interesting to see. I mean, seeing the PV thing which first blew up on Twitter, people were expecting it to be a revolve. People were expecting it to revolve around Virat Kohli, and in the end, it happened to be PV Sindhu. So it was quite a surprise, and I think whoever was handling the brand management team, who was heading this project, they did the pretty decent job in hiding that and kind of putting it out. Even today, I saw a video of PV Sindhu from the mixed zone post match where she was wearing that Puma jacket and it was
Yeah,
looking pretty
it was
good.
not just the it was not just the Puma jacket. First, what looked like hair extension was actually a bandana of Puma in her hair, tied in her hair. So it's like complete branding. But it's like as Abhijit mentioned, it looks really good. A brand like Puma is, taking care is partnering with an Indian star that to badminton. It looks really good.
Yes, yes. Moving on to the young duo of Teresa and Gayatri, who just very recently they reached the world rank 9, and this was the highest in their career, and I think this was also the highest by an Indian pair in women's doubles rankings. But their match earlier in the day didn't go according to plan. They lost out in the match. So Shudipto, I know you have been following them very closely over the past couple of seasons. So your thoughts on what went down in the match earlier today and why they couldn't pull off a win?
So this kind of result could happen. I mean, badminton itself is an unpredictable game, and maintaining consistency is very difficult. In today's match, if you see, so I mean, it was very close game. Trisha Jolie lost in the first game 21-23, and then in the second game they fought really well but went down 19-21. It was not a, I mean, although it was a defeat, but it was not like they lost very badly. So they will have some things to sort out. Like they still have their defense to sort out. They still have their net game to sort out. And in some particular days, this kind of things could happen that your partner is not playing little bit patchy and she is not playing really well. This kind of things could happen, and we should not be disappointed. But given that this was a home event and we are expecting them to do well, since since Paris Olympics, they have been doing well and they qualified for the World Tour finals, and they are the only Indians to play at that prestigious tournament. So, and we are expecting some things from them, and that did not happen. But we should look forward what they do in the coming tournaments.
Yeah, of course. They still have a lot of time ahead of them, and we can hope for the best in subsequent events going forward in the year as well. I understand Pritish will have to drop off from the live, so just a quick question to wrap it up with him before he drops off. Your thoughts on the coaching thing that has come about in this particular event, new coaching system with personal coaches out of the picture. Your thoughts on that? How has that shaped up so far?
It's a very interesting dynamic, to be very honest, because then one coach is working on few things, like for example he's working on someone's defense, he's working on someone's attack, and the fact that there is a group, it gives you a bit of scope to experiment. Okay, so let's say Sindhu is training with three other girls, so you have three sparring partners who are coached by same person. So you fight against each other in the practice to see where are you able to implement the new plan or not. So it's a very interesting dynamic, but let's see how the results come by. That will tell us what the reality is.
Yes, yet another new development for this year's edition in the India Open. And yeah, Pritish, we'll let you drop off from the call right about now since you have to go and cover the remaining matches. And yeah, we'll look forward to your match report and other exclusives from the event itself. Yeah, that was the Delhi-based journalist Pritish Raj with an update from the venue itself from India Open. Continuing with what we were talking about, Abhijit, we also saw that Kiran George had an impressive performance earlier today, right? And that is another youngster who has been a little on and off over the last couple of years. He, like Pritish mentioned about Lakshya Sen, probably not to those heights, but Kiran George has also impressed in a few events and then dropped off from a few others. Your take on his progression so far and what you look ahead at for him going forward?
I mean, it was a very brilliant win today. Let's put it that way. I think the way he came back after dropping one game and then to win the match, it was very good. And Kiran George, as you said, has been there and thereabouts. Hasn't he has had decent wins, but he has no big titles to show for it because he never goes deep into the tournament. He rarely does. He wins a couple of good games here and there, and then he kind of falls off. So it was very interesting to see him come and win the very first match, especially considering the fact that he got a very, very late entry into the main draw. It was only around this time, around 6:37 yesterday, that we got the news that both Kidambi Srikanth and Kiran George will be playing in the main draw after a couple of withdrawals. So, Kidambi has given a walkover, but for Kiran George to come in and then win the first game, it bodes up pretty well. But I think mm, I don't see. I should not put it. I don't see, but I mean, it will be very tough for him to progress any further because the next opponent he has in front of him will be most likely be Vidit Run, the fourth seed,
Right,
and we know
these will be the next one.
what kind of player Vidit Run is. So I'll be very surprised, pleasantly surprised if Kiran George progresses further into the quarterfinals. But I'll be very happy to see him do so.
Yeah, yeah. Better being pragmatic about his chances rather than going all gung ho and putting more pressure on the youngster. The last couple of things that I wanted to discuss with you guys, you mentioned Abhijit just about now about a few of the withdrawals that have happened, especially a lot of last minute withdrawals. For example, just to give a little bit of context to the players, like we mentioned before, Kiran George and Srikant Kidambi both came in from the reserves after top seed Shiyu Ki, who recently won the Malaysia Open as well, and Anthony Ginting of Indonesia withdrew on Monday evening. As a result, the organizers had to reshuffle the draws a little bit. A few players and their first round matches had to be rescheduled. Amongst the women, Thailand's Busanan Ongmangthongnam has also withdrawn. And incidentally, a lot of Indian names have been provided the platform to come ahead and show their prowess at the India Open because of the late withdrawals, right? How do you see that development affecting India's chances, affecting the whole Indian contingent's chances at this year's edition? Should it?
So, about these withdrawals, I would like to tell you that this has happened because a lot of players, because you have to play just the last tournament got over on Sunday, that was Malaysia Open, and players have to directly fly to New Delhi from Kuala Lumpur to play the India Open, and that is starting within 2 days. That is Tuesday. So to play, I mean, this is a hectic schedule. A lot of players like Shayuki won the tournament. You mentioned that was a top seed in men's singles. He won the tournament, the Malaysia Open. So he needed a rest. So he decided to skip the event. And for others like Victor Axelsen will be probably playing here. So it is still a very good competition, and Indians will face a lot of competitions in all the five disciplines. Five disciplines means now Trisha Jolly lost, so we can say that we will have chances in three disciplines. And keeping the thing in mind that Indians, a lot of Indians will get chance. Like Kiran George got a chance today, and we did not expect that Kidambi Srikanth will be playing, but he gave a walkover. Similarly, there will be a lot of other Indians to play. So India Open, at every event, like the home representations from the home country is a lot. So say at India Open as well, this should happen actually, and this year this is happening. This is a chance for the Indians to winning is a very difficult thing. Winning a tournament is a very difficult thing, but at least Indians should show that they have the caliber, they have the capacity to take on the best of the world. And this is a chance because you are playing at the home and you are familiar with the conditions. Others are not familiar, so they should show the other players from other countries that they have the capacity, they can beat anybody and they can challenge anybody. Like tomorrow probably Kiran George would be playing Kunla with Visan. So we know that Visan is a very tough player, but Kiran George in the past have produced, I mean, some good results against big players. So playing in front of home crowd, playing at the familiar conditions against Bidisharan, so he should actually have the advantage. Bidisharan does not have that kind of advantage. He has the advantage of skills and experience, but Kiran George has the advantage of his familiarity of the condition. So we should expect a thriller kind of a game. Or we don't know what would be the result of the game. We should not be very predictive about that. And we should also expect that Lakshya Sen should do well. And we should also expect that Satik Chirag goes deeper into the tournament, and they should actually break the jinx of their title-less campaigns. They last won a title in May last year, so we should expect them to win a World Tour title again. So there will be a lot of positives. I hope by the time this tournament ends, and at the moment we should watch and enjoy the tournament.
Yes, absolutely. Just to name a few Indians who will be in the fray in the various categories. So in the women's singles, we have Rakshita Ramraj who will be coming in. In the women's doubles, we have Indian pairs Kavya Gupta and Radhika Sharma, as well as Amrita Pramuthesh and Sonali Singh, who will get a chance in the main draw. In the mixed doubles as well, we have Tarun Kona and Sri Krishna Priya Kudaravalli. So a lot of Indian names in the fray, and will be watching with great expectations. Not like you said, Shurito, not expecting them to win all of their matches, but to give a good account of themselves against the best in the world.
Yeah, just adding here, Sham, that this is a chance for them to gain experience, valuable experience, because players, youngsters especially, don't get chance to play big tournaments because of multiple factors. Sometimes because they don't have sponsors, sometimes they don't have the enough ranking points to qualify for big events. So playing a super 750 event is a really great opportunity for the players. The youngsters who are not getting regular chances to play on World Tour, BWF World Tour events, they should actually grab this chance by both hands and play well.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That is what we're all looking forward to. Finally, just to wrap up the conversation, one person that we haven't yet mentioned, and we probably should, otherwise, we'll all get hate DMs on Instagram and everywhere else, is HS Prannoy. He has come back from a little bit of a niggle, and there was a funny incident at the Malaysia Open, of course, as you all know, that the roof started leaking and there there was a delay in the match, and the match had to be resumed the next day. So hopefully nothing of that sort happens in New Delhi. And yeah, so what are you looking forward to from HS Prannoy, Abhijit?
Mm, I mean, it just Prannoy. The first match is against the Chinese Taipei Shuttler, which should not be too difficult for Prannoy, is what I'm assuming. But right after, he will most probably be up against Jonathan Christie, if I'm not wrong. And there's also potential All India quarterfinal clash on the cards if everything goes well between Lakshya and Prannoy. So Prannoy has a tough road ahead. Uh, he did win the first match pretty convincingly there in the Malaysia Open last week before bowing out of the tournament. I think he's still not back to his best, but he's slowly getting there. So I mean, not a lot of pressure or expectations from Pranay at this moment. I'll just like for him to get back to his best. That's what I'm hoping from Pranay this time around.
Yeah, yeah. You can never count out HS Prannoy though. When the chips are down, he's someone who always steps up and makes the
For
occasion
sure.
his own. Just to take one comment that has come in, I can't pronounce his name. He J something like that. He says, "Can you please tell what's the issue with Jolly Pulela as they are not able to convert matches?" Thanks for replying. So, like we've discussed previously, I think we've addressed this already. But yeah, it's still pretty young, and they gave a good fight earlier today in their match, and the score will show you the same. But yeah, I mean, they still have a lot of work to do in terms, especially with their defense as well. So yeah, it's difficult to pinpoint one particular reason why they are not able to convert matches at the end. But yeah, there have been a couple of occasions where they looked like they were going to win, but in the end they capitulated. But we can do is hope that that rut gets over in sometime soon, and they can convert these wins and string together a series of wins and win one of these titles in the near future. Just to end this stream, final predictions from you guys. Any particular name that you want to pick as the title, not the title favorite, but someone who you think has the ability to go all the way in any of the categories? I'll start with Shudipto.
Yeah, I'll take the name of Satwik Chirag. They are the most consistent shuttlers in India or at the moment. So I should go with them. They are my favorites,
Shudipto
and
is love.
they should
Yeah,
win the tournament again. And they have the capability to, I mean, win one event multiple times. They did it at the French Open last year, so they won it for the second time. This year it would be really good if they win the India Open again. I think last time they won in 2023. So, and this year if they wins, this will actually help them get the going and do well again in the world tour.
yes. Shudipto's love affair with Satwik Chirag, we all know about that. He's always backing them. Abhijit, your pick?
I mean, the safest bet has to be Satwik Chirag, no? But I would like to see one of Prannoy or Lakshya to go deep into a tournament and see what they can pull off here. And with even Sindhu returning after the Syed Modi win and a new coach now by her side, I would like to see how deep she goes and what she can pull off here.
Just
That being
want to
said, we
add
also
something.
discussed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shudipto, go on.
So yeah, so HS Pranay, about HS Pranay. So if he does well, I mean, this will be really interesting. I mean, if he goes deeper into the tournament, if he even if he does not win, if he goes deeper into the tournament, one thing that is very interesting about Pranay is his confidence level. So a lot of players with the skills lack this, but Pranay does not have confidence issue. Pranay, if he fit enough, then he will do well, and he can do anything to any players. Even players like Axel Sen will be afraid of him.
Yes, HS Prannoy has always been this unpredictable phenomena, right? When you think that he's not in form, he's had a bit of a niggle, it's not going well for him, he'll probably go ahead and stun everybody with a fantastic win. And that is what we are hoping for in this year's India Open as well.
Yeah,
Couple
this
of
is actually his style of game, doing unpredictable things.
Couple more comments coming in. Kevin Pinto asks, "How are you guys watching the games? I can't find the stream anywhere." Same, Kevin. Not just you. It's the same issue for us as well. We have been struggling to find live streams, especially because the BWF YT stream has been geo blocked in India, and we haven't been able to keep track of the matches through that. And what I understand, the first couple of days do not have any OTT broadcast, but from day three onwards, I think it's Geo Cinema, right, guys? That has
Right,
the
right.
broadcast, right?
From
Yes,
quarterfinal onwards, we will get to see something.
yes. So that is the update for you, Kevin. Uh, Sindhu will not be so young, but if she reaches the semis, then I would be happy at least. Yeah, of course, not just semis. We would like her to go all the way and win the title altogether. Is there a live log to follow for the India Open matches? Of course, there is Janvi. You can check out our Twitter. You can check out our website directly, thebridge.in. You'll find it there. All the day's matches. You can catch all the live updates from all of the matches in one place there. Go ahead, bookmark that link, and we'll come up with a new live blog tomorrow as well for day two of the India Open. That's all from us today. As we understand, Satwik Chirag has just won. So that's another bit of good news coming through. So yeah, a lot to look forward to in the coming days. It's just day one of the event, and it's going to be a fantastic event with a lot of Indian stars representing the nation. And we just hope that they can go deeper into the competition and make us all very proud. Thank you for joining in, Abhijit, Shudipto. I understand you guys are busy covering the event as well. There's a lot of other stuff happening as well: the Hockey India League, the Coco World Cup, the Women's Hockey India League. For all of you who are joining in on the live right now, do keep track of all of these events on our website, thebridge.in. You will get live updates from all of the Hockey India League matches, both men's and women's editions, as well as the Coco World Cup, which also has two matches today. The women's matches just started, is what I understand. Again, thank you for joining in, Abhijit, Shudipto. I'll see you guys later, and thank you to everybody who has joined it. Keep following us across our socials and on our website. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shine. Bye.